A reading from the first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians. Brothers and sisters, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do everything for the glory of God. Avoid giving offense whether to the Jews or Greeks or the Church of God, just as I try to please everyone in every way, not seeking my own benefit, but that of the many, that they may be saved. Be imitators of me, as I of Christ. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
Do everything for the glory of God, and avoid doing offense to others. This powerful reading from the first letter of St. Paul to the Corinthians, from the end of chapter 10 and the beginning of chapter 11, echoes the two greatest commandments that Christ preaches in Matthew and Mark. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. And you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Today's reading is structured based on these two great commandments. Paul begins with the vertical relationship with God by saying, whether you eat or drink or whatever you do everything for the glory of God. And then he moves to the horizontal relationship with one another, with our neighbors, by challenging us to avoid giving offense to others. Now, a key question that one might ask, who is my neighbor? Is she my sister with whom I grew up and had beautiful moments? Is he my best friend with whom I went to college and studied together? Is he one of you with whom I live and pray and rejoice every day? No. In addition to all these people that I love and care about, my neighbor also includes my enemy. As Paul puts it, Jews and Gentiles. As we can also say, believers or unbelievers, people I like or people I dislike. I would like to suggest that this reading today is a great foundation for Catholic morality. Not only does Paul urge us to do everything for the glory of God and avoid giving offense to others, but he also takes it a step further, and he asks us to love our neighbor and care for them so that they may also be saved. The only way to achieve what Paul is asking us to do today is by imitating Christ. As he says in the last verse of today's reading, be imitators of me, as I am of Christ. With the beginning of the Lent season, let us strive to become true imitators of Christ, and remember to ask ourselves each day these three questions. Are we giving glory to God in everything we do? Are we avoiding giving offense to our neighbors, both those whom we like and those whom we dislike? And are we putting other people first, loving them and helping them to attain their salvation?